What was I unsure about when it started, but since then has grown on me? This gun in my hand.
Calling AFK2P, this is B43PO. AFK2P, are you out there? This is B43PO.
AFK2P here, radio check.
Cherry, thanks for getting back to me. Is he there?
B43PO, AFK2P. You're not observing proper protocols.
Calling in a favor from the person at AFK2P, who I hope is the Cherry Pachyderm. This is B43PO, also known as Woody. Is he there, please?
B43PO, AFK2P. It was like pulling teeth, but he's here. Here you go. Press down on that button when you want to talk.
Hello, can you hear me? This is Falk Zildjian.
Falk, hey buddy. I'm so glad to finally talk to you. You still there?
He was holding down the talk button, so he didn't hear you. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, just saying I'm glad to finally talk to you. Wow, I gotta say, Falk, you sound exactly like Bill Narrator. It's uncanny.
You know how it is. Acoustics are weird in Parabellum City, so
everybody sounds alike. Yeah, Falk, I don't know if Cherry has clued you in, but my name's Woody James. I bring in new talent and new shows for WSLZ, the giant among shortwave stations. Falk, I know your show's big here in Parabellum City, but our transmitter can push your voice beyond Santopolis, all the way to Boise. When the weather's right, we get listener response cards from as far away as Greenland and Guatemala.
Gary Mackinder usually handles this kind of...
Gary wanted me to clear it with you first. He thought it was a great idea. The more the merrier, right? I mean, listeners. More listeners is what you'd get. Plus, we'd pay to license your show. All that stuff.
I don't know, Mr. James. Would we have to perform episodes live in front of this setup that Cherry Pachyderm has? It doesn't seem like a very powerful radio.
No. What we're both talking into right now is ham radio. It's for amateurs to chat with each other. I'm talking about the big time. Shortwave. The signal goes much further. You can record your show like you always do and give me the hot wax to broadcast.
We use wire recorders.
Whatever. It would be the same steps you follow for the Magnum Radio Network.
Well, see, that's another thing. We might have an exclusive agreement with the Magnum Radio Network. If you're not part of their organization, they might consider this like I'm two-timing them.
Gary says it's no problem. They got you under an exclusive deal as far as AM radio transmission, but your contract doesn't say anything about shortwave. We could start it right away. Falk, let me fill you in on why we got our eye on you. Maybe that'll set your mind at ease. We're looking for shows with real hard-boiled action. It's the changing times we live in. People were tired of this decade 10 minutes after it started, and they're more than ready for the next one. 1940s, here we come. We're angling for hard-hitting, spicy stories you won't hear anywhere else.
That doesn't sound like this program. I don't let anyone swear on my show, unless it's a British guy saying arse.
Yeah, I know, but no. See, Falk, to give you an example, we got some other shows with hotsy-totsy gals. We tried out some lady singers where they pile on the innuendo until you can't miss it. You know, they sing about honey drippers, sausages, tacos, squeezing various fruits, the juices of which run down their bodies.
No, I'm not interested in doing a recipe show. You should talk to...
Nah, they got too hot with our audience. We had to dial it way back. Plus it was mostly race records, which these folks are not yet ready for, let me tell you. The other element we're missing is action. I love how much violence there is in your program, Zildjian.
I don't think of it as particularly violent. A lot of times I'm able to talk people off the path of crime. When I have to fire, I usually shoot the guns out of their hands.
Come on, Falk. You just had that episode where you shot a guy in the neck and he kicks the bucket right there.
What are you talking about? That hasn't happened in any of my episodes.
I'm sorry. Gary gave me a peek at a script for one of your upcoming shows. And boy howdy, let me tell you.
I'll have to talk to Gary about rewrites.
You gotta admit there's been some wild events on your show. You battle giant monsters, giant robots made up of whole cities. Castro takes you to parallel worlds with reverse genders of characters we know here. Another time he took you to hell. You got heroes clouding men's minds, seductresses, mind-altering substances, distortions as you pass through the doors of perception. Madness.
That stuff almost always gets resolved before the end of the episode, though. People regain their sanity, usually.
What is it, Falk?
It's the darndest thing. I was just itching my underarm area. There's a pocket there I had never noticed.
Great. Your tailor deserves a bigger tip.
No, I think I found a new orifice in my flesh. It's the size and shape of a gun holster.
Whoa, are you going to put your gun in it to see if it fits?
No, that would be gross. It's in my skin. Plus it would make my gun smell like armpit.
Anybody around when you draw your weapon has bigger things to worry about than body odor, my friend.
As far as airing my show on your station, let me think about it, Woody. I'll get back to you in a day or two.
Great. I'm glad you're considering the possibility. But don't take too long. We're reaching out to other shows like MacMed, Doberman and Collie. We're even talking with Minced Oats Playhouse. See if they'd be willing to stop mincing their oaths.
Sure. I'll talk to you later. Signing out. Over and upwards. Tonight's episode is based on an idea from little David Cronenberg, age 14 from Toronto, Ontario, the winner of our Azalea Ammo Company Story Seed Contest. What an imagination! We had to make several revisions to this episode to make it acceptable for an after-dinner crowd. Like that armpit thing was originally... never mind. Anyway, it's all part of the Azalea Ammo Company's Story Seed Contest. A terracotta pot and a packet of azalea seeds with growing instructions are in the mail to Davy as we speak. I hope it won't be too chilly for them way up there in Ontario. Whether you need seeds, saplings, shrubs, or firearms cartridges of any caliber, your best bet is Azalea Ammo Co. And that weed won't trouble you anymore.
Don't worry about that new flesh pocket. From what I can see, that's a real holster. I can see the straps behind your back and across your chest.
But I don't wear a holster.
Your arm looks fine, though. Maybe you picked up a holster somewhere and put it on and forgot about it. Either way, you can put your shirt back on.
Cherry, it's not like I go around putting on strange items of clothing and forgetting about it. When did I take off my shirt?
I should have warned you about this before you talked to Woody. I didn't think he'd do it on ham radio. I thought he just used it on his broadcast station, WSLZ. He puts out this subcarrier frequency that accompanies his signal. It works on listeners' nerves somehow and causes them to hallucinate.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Falk. You've been acting weird ever since you got on the radio with Woody.
What, 5 minutes ago?
3 hours ago. You don't remember eating 3 cans of lima beans and drinking half a gallon of milk? You kept talking about some case you're investigating where a guy woke up one morning and discovered that he had turned into a vermin. He wouldn't get out of bed and go to work no matter how much his family or boss yelled at him.
Oh, that was a real case. Come to think of it, Gregor did tell me he had been listening to some bawdy blues singers on the radio the night before. He must have been listening to WSLZ. That insidious signal made him hallucinate that he was a vermin.
There you go. You see strange things for a while and then it wears off.
Gregor hopped a train to Alaska after that. He hasn't been seen since.
I'm sure he's feeling better by now.
The letters he sent to his family, he claimed they were composed on a living typewriter with mandibles and beetle wings.
What brand of typewriter?
I think it was a Krupp Dominator. Why?
Yeah, those are good ones.
We're talking in circles. You ever get the impression that some people have the superpower to intentionally give you a headache? Feels like my head's gonna explode. Shoo, fly.
Help me! Help me!
You're entirely the wrong kind of fly.
Screw you!
Don't you have something to knock that fly out of the air?
Yes, this gun is my hand.
What was that?
Sorry, I meant to say, this gun is my hand.
I heard what you said.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You've been talking to me for hours, Falk, ever since I put you through to Woody on the radio.
No, I was talking to that guy Moressier. He's the cherry pachyderm.
I would have thought I was more memorable than that. I'm Deborah Harriet. Cherry introduced the two of us at Vermin's pool party last month, remember?
No, this keeps getting weirder. And now this gun is my hand. What's happening to me? My fingertips have grown into the heel of my palm. I can't uncurl them from around the pistol grip. The whole piece is covered with skin. I can see my pulse throbbing under the rear sights.
Don't you love your gun?
Sure, but not this much.
I'm sorry. I thought it was your natural gun. I shouldn't make those assumptions. Did you buy your gun somewhere, or did you give birth to it yourself? You have a right to bear arms as you bear children.
Whoa, where did you get that rifle?
It's just like the words of the lullaby, Falk. This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. I must master my rifle as I master my life. My rifle is human, even as I, because it is my life. I will keep my rifle clean, and we'll become part of each other.
Ma'am, I hate to interrupt. You're a great singer, but I'm getting worried about how to extricate my hand from my gun. And also, I think I'm in labor.
Is that what it normally feels like?
Don't worry, delivering the second one is usually easier than your first.
But one is all I need. I'm not a two-fisted... Oh my god! Give me more drugs. Play that radio signal again.
Are you sure you don't want to experience the process naturally? At the Somafree Institute of Psychoplasmics, they advise...
What part of this has been natural?
All of it. Your body absorbing what it needs, the gun. Putting out what you need, another gun. People and typewriters evolving into bugs.
No, make it stop.
You should be thankful you're just delivering a pistol. This rifle almost killed me. It was a breech-loader birth.
But where am I delivering it from?
Pull it out of your new armpit orifice, like giving birth to a kangaroo. Keep your arm elevated.
Kangaroos don't deliver from the pouch. They...
There's nothing to worry about. I'm licensed in midwifery and gunsmithing. Try the breathing technique we went over.
What breathing technique?
Oh, that's probably one of the things you forgot over the last 8 hours.
Teach it to me again. I'm willing to try anything. Oh.
Okay, just follow my lead. Breathe like hoo, he, hoo, he. Good, that's right. In with the good air, out with the bad air. I'm sightseeing. I can see the sights. It's crowning.
Get out of me.
Well done. What a clever gunman.
It's beautiful. Is it?
Yes, Falk. It's a Heckler and Koch.
Am I too late? I'm not too late. Don't do it, Falk. Don't do what?
Who's he?
That's Catch 2022. He has visions of the future, but they're limited to fictional movies and comics and radio plays. I've seen this thing you're going through. It all ends with you saying, "Long live the new flush," and then bang. Most interactions I have end with a bang. No, this is a bad one. I think there's some kind of newfangled sanitation device that's gonna go wrong. Like maybe they're planning to flood the city. I assume that's what the new flush means. Don't worry, Catch. I'm keeping it.
Aww.
This Gun Is My Hand, episode 110 of This Gun in My Hand, was ushered into this world by Rob Northrop. This episode and all others are available on YouTube with automatically generated closed captions of dialogue. Visit thisguninmyhand.blogspot.com for credits, show notes, archives, and to buy my books, such as Little Heist in the Big Woods and Other Revisionist Atrocities. How can you tell I've grown attached to firearms? This gun is my hand.